Acidic in nature.
Yeah, non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. Then what will produce when this acids react with water? What happened? In the case of sodium, tell me. Sodium is very reactive or not?
It is a very reactive metal.
Yeah, sodium is very reactive. Don't you remember that video?
Yes.
When we put sodium in water,
Yes.
the reaction is very vigorous,
Yes.
right? So the reaction of sodium in water is very vigorous. Okay. Then what about the non-metals? They react with water? Yes or no?
They react with
Reactive
air.
air.
They do not react with water. That's why we are storing this non-metals in water. Okay. In order to prevent further explosions, we are storing this non-metals in water. Tom, Ken, Aditi, Abid, Pooja, Fadil, Iron Maria, Divedya, Isha, everyone switch on your videos. Okay, then today we are going to learn how these metals and non-metals react with acids. Okay, how these metals and non-metals react with acids. Okay, just 1 minute. Okay. Yeah. In this your textbook there is an activity, okay, activity 4.6, that is take samples of certain metals and non-metals. Then we are going to test it with dilute hydrochloric acid first time, then with sulfuric acid. Okay, that's in the page number 49. Page number 49. We are taking these samples of metals and non-metals, that is magnesium, aluminium, iron, copper, charcoal, sulfur, etc. Okay, then we are going to add this samples of metals and non-metals, first with hydrochloric acid, the next with sulfuric acid. And this is the observation table of that reaction. Okay, you just, okay, fine. Then just look at this table and tell me. Magnesium. In the case of magnesium, what happens when it reacts with dilute hydrochloric acid?
Give hydrogen.
Yeah, in the room temperature, it reacts to give hydrogen, right? What about in warm condition? When we heat that solution, what
Rapid
happens?
reaction.
Yeah, the reaction is very rapid. Then what about the reaction with the sulfuric acid? Similar, right? The room temperature reacts to give hydrogen, and when it heated, the reaction is rapid. Okay. Then the next one, aluminium foil. Here also same happens. It reacts to give hydrogen in room temperature, and warm condition, it is rapid reaction. Okay, it is rapid reaction. And when they react with dilute sulfuric acid, what happens, Lakshmi? What happens?
It reacts.
Yeah, it reacts to give
Hydrogen.
Okay, it reacts to give hydrogen, and the reaction is very rapid. The reaction is rapid when it is heated. Okay, this in the case of metals. Okay, metals, magnesium, aluminium, iron. These three metals normally react with sulfuric acid and hydrochloric acid. Clear? Then the fourth one, it is copper. It is also a metal. Okay, it is also a metal, but it does not react with dilute hydrochloric acid. It does not react with dilute hydrochloric acid. Okay, it is not reacted even in room temperature or even it is heated, but there is a reaction with sulfuric acid. In the case of here, it reacts. Okay, When it reacts with dilute sulfuric acid, on warm condition, it reacts. And here also it reacts. So copper is a metal. All other metals react with both dilute hydrochloric acid and dilute sulfuric acid. But in the case of copper, it is an exception. It does not react with hydrochloric acid, but it reacts with sulfuric acid. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. The next one, charcoal. Charcoal and sulfur, they are examples of metals or non-metals. Tell me. These two
Non-metal.
Non-metals.
are non-metals. And what about their reaction? They react or not with dilute sulfuric acid or with hydrochloric acid. What happens?
No reaction.
No
Yeah, no
reaction.
reaction. So non-metals do not react with acids, but generally metals react with acid. Copper is the only exception. It only reacts with dilute sulfuric acid. Clear? Is this clear for everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So the metals like magnesium, aluminium, iron, they reacts with both dilute hydrochloric acid and dilute sulfuric acid. But the copper, it is the only exception. They do not react with hydrochloric acid, but they react with sulfuric acid. And in the case of non-metals like charcoal, sulfur, etc., they do not react with any acids. And in the warm condition, the reaction is very rapid. Okay, clear?
Yes,
Shall
ma'am.
I move to the next one?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So generally, metals react with acids and produce hydrogen gas. Okay, hydrogen gas. When the metals react with acids, they produce hydrogen gas that burns with a pop sound. A pop sound is produced when a burning matchstick brings near to that gas. Okay. The hydrogen gas is produced when metals react with acids, okay? And when we bring a burning matchstick towards this gas, it burns with a pop sound. And in the case of copper, it does not react with dilute hydrochloric acid even on heating, but it reacts with sulfuric acid. Copper does not react with dilute hydrochloric acid even on heating, but it reacts with sulfuric acid. And the non-metals, they do not react with acid. Non-metals, they do not react with acids. Clear? That's about the reaction of metals and non-metals with acids. Amin?
Ma'am,
Yeah, can you read these points?
generally metals react with acids and produce hydrogen gas that burns with a pop sound.
Yeah.
Copper does not react with dilute hydrochloric acid even on heating, but it reacts with sulfuric acid.
Okay.
Non-metals do not react with acids.
Non-metals do not react with acids. Clear? Yeah. The next one, reaction with bases. Okay. How this metals and non-metals, they react with bases. Here also same thing happens. Metals react with sodium hydroxide. It is an example for a base. Okay. Sodium hydroxide. It is an example for a base. So metals react with base to produce hydrogen gas. Here also, when a burning matchstick brings to that gas, what happens? It burns with a pop sound. Okay. So the metals react with sodium hydroxide or any base to produce hydrogen gas. And the reactions of non-metals with bases are complex. It is very complex reaction. Okay. Reactions of non-metals with bases are complex.
Ma'am.
So metals react with sodium hydroxide to produce hydrogen gas, and the reactions of non-metals with bases are complex.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, what is the meaning of complex here?
Complex means it is not a proper way. It means one reaction happens to one non-metal and another reaction happens to another one. So we cannot generalize a statement. Okay? Clear, Isha?
Yes, ma'am.
In the case of acids and metals, generalized statement, we can say that all metals produce this hydrogen gas. Okay? But in the case of non-metals, one non-metal produce one product, another non-metal produce another product. So it is a complex or complicated. Clear? Yeah, that's why the non-metals, reactions of non-metals with bases are complex. There is an activity in your textbook, page number 50. That is activity 4.7. During the preparation of sodium hydroxide solution, care should be taken that that means sodium is very reactive, that's why. Then prepare a fresh solution of sodium hydroxide in a test tube by dissolving 3-4 pellets of it in 5 milliliter of water. Then drop a piece of aluminium foil into it. Bring a burning matchstick near the mouth of the test tube. What happens? What happens? Which gas is produced?
Hydrogen.
Yeah, hydrogen gas is produced. And what happens when a burning matchstick brings near to that one?
It burns with a pop sound.
Yeah, very good. It burns with a pop sound. Okay. So here we take sodium hydroxide. It is an example for a base. And aluminium. Aluminium is an example for a metal. So generally, metals react with bases to produce hydrogen gas. We can confirm this hydrogen gas by bringing a burning matchstick towards that gas. It burns with a pop sound. Clear? This is clear for everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
So the metals react with acids and bases to form hydrogen gas. Okay, clear? In the case of non-metals, with the reaction with acids, they do not react, and in the case of bases, the reactions are very complex reactions. And copper is the only exception in which they do not react with dilute hydrochloric acid even on heating, but they react with dilute sulfuric acid. Okay, then there is one more reaction. It is known as displacement reaction. Displacement reaction. What do you mean by this term? Displacement. Anybody can tell me? Displacement. Any idea?
Reaction which are displaced.
Yeah, just tell me the word meaning of displacement. Changing the place, right? Yeah, here also the place of something is changed. Okay. So then we are moving to, okay, just wait.
Okay, ma'am.
Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So in beaker A, zinc replaces copper from copper sulfate and it becomes zinc sulfate. Then look at this beakers A and B. There is a change happens in its color, right? There is a change happens. In the case of beaker A, it's green color solution or a blue colored solution. It becomes green and black, right? So that is why the blue color of copper sulfate disappears and a powdery red mass of copper is deposited at the bottom of the beaker. Okay, that blue color of copper sulfate disappears because this zinc replaces copper from the copper sulfate solution and it becomes zinc sulfate. And this copper is deposited at the bottom and it is red in color. That is not clear in that image. That's why it's shown as black. It's actually red color. Okay. So that is why the blue color of the copper sulfate disappears and a powdery red mass of copper is deposited at the bottom of the beaker. And this copper sulfate plus zinc, that gives zinc sulfate plus copper. After the reaction, it becomes zinc sulfate plus copper. Similar change happens in the case of beaker B. Then, why there is no change in the beakers C, D and E? Why? Why there is no change in beakers C, D and E? You have any idea?
Ma'am, bases.
Yeah,
Ma'am, they are bases.
I can't hear properly, Isha. Can you tell me more louder?
Ma'am, there is no displacement.
Why there is no displacement happens? That's my question.
Ma'am,
Why there
no
is no
reaction.
change?
Ma'am,
Yeah, no reaction. Why no reaction?
And they are bases.
Not they are base. They are all metals, right? It's because copper is not able to replace zinc from zinc sulfate. Okay, copper is not able to replace zinc from zinc sulfate. Look at this third example. Means third beaker, zinc sulfate and copper, right? But here this copper cannot able to replace zinc from zinc sulfate, and this copper also does not able to replace iron from iron sulfate. This iron cannot able to replace zinc from zinc sulfate because the zinc is more reactive than copper and iron. Zinc is more reactive than copper and iron. That's why there is no change in beakers C, D and E. Clear? C, D and E. Okay? So copper is not able to replace zinc from zinc sulfate because zinc is more reactive than copper and iron. A more reactive metal can replace a less reactive metal, but a less reactive one cannot replace a more reactive metal. Clear? That's why there is change happens in the case of beaker A and B, and no change happens in the case of C, D and E. A more reactive metal can replace a less reactive metal, but a less reactive one cannot replace a more reactive one. Okay, clear? Is this clear for everyone?
Yes,
yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So, Vaishnavi, can you read this? Yeah.
And why there is no change in beakers C, D and E?
Okay.
Copper is not able to replace zinc from zinc sulfate
Yeah.
because zinc is more reactive than copper and iron. A more reactive metal can replace a less reactive metal, but a less reactive one cannot replace a more reactive metal.
Okay. That's about this displacement reaction. Then there are two more topics. Okay. So the sequence of metals from more reactive to less reactive among zinc, iron and copper is like this. Zinc is more reactive than iron, then copper. Okay. Zinc is more reactive than iron, then copper. So zinc is able to displace. This zinc is able to displace iron and copper. But this copper cannot able to replace zinc and iron. Clear? So a highly reactive metal can displace less reactive metal, but a less reactive metal cannot able to displace this more reactive metal. Clear? Everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Any
ma'am.
doubt?
Ma'am, if it
Yeah.
is sodium is there, then sodium is the reactive.
Sodium is very reactive. So sodium can able to displace metals. Okay. You just learn these three, order of these three. Okay. Zinc, iron and copper. In the case of sodium, it is very reactive, so it can able to displace any metal. But here, you just learned these three examples: zinc, iron, and copper. Among these three, zinc is more reactive, iron and copper less reactive. Zinc can able to displace iron and copper. Iron can able to displace copper, but this copper cannot able to displace iron and zinc because it is less reactive. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Then we are moving to the uses of these metals and non-metals. First one, metals. That's in your textbook. No need to write. Okay. That's in page number 51. So uses of metals and non-metals. Metals are used in making machinery. That we already know, right? Machinery, then automobiles, aeroplanes, trains, satellites, industrial gadgets, cooking utensils, water boilers, etc. Metals are used in making machinery, automobiles, aeroplanes, trains, satellites, industrial gadgets, cooking utensils, then water boilers, etc. Okay, clear? Okay, then the uses of non-metals. Uses of non-metals. That's in your textbook, page number 51. There are certain points, and you just need to find out. Non-metal, it is essential for our life, which all living beings inhale during breathing. Which is that non-metal? The non-metal that is essential for our life, which all living beings inhale during breathing. Which one?
Oxygen.
Oxygen.
Yeah, it is oxygen. So you just need to write oxygen in your textbook. Then next one, non-metals used in the fertilizers to enhance the growth of plants. Okay, the non-metals used in fertilizers to enhance the growth of plants. Which are they?
Nitrogen and
Nitrogen and
Yeah, nitrogen and phosphorus. So you just write nitrogen and phosphorus as answer. Then the third one, non-metal used in water purification process. Which non-metal is added for the water purification in wells?
chlorine.
Yeah,
chlorine.
it's chlorine. So you write chlorine. Then the fourth one, non-metal used in purple colored solution, which is applied on wounds as an antiseptic. Which one?
Iodine.
Yeah,
Iodine.
iodine is used. Then the last one, non-metal that is used in crackers.
Sulfur.
Sulfur. So that's about the uses of metals and non-metals. So we finished this chapter. I will send you the notes, then exercises through the WhatsApp. Okay. You need to write the exercises in your notebook. Okay, clear?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have any doubt, please do ask in the next class. Okay.
Ma'am.
Yeah. Then let me take your attendance. Now the time is up. Adigesh,
Present, ma'am.
Abhiram, Abid,
Present, ma'am.
Adelio, Advaid Murali,
Present, ma'am.
Advaid Sinu, Advaid Sinu,
Present, ma'am.
Albert,
Present, ma'am.
Alvin,
Present, ma'am.
Amaljit, Amaljit, Amin, Amras, Anashwara,
Present, ma'am.
Anjana, Anjana, Benedict, Fadil,
Present, ma'am.
Kenin,
Present, ma'am.
Hrithwik,
Present, ma'am.
Irene Maria,
Present, ma'am.
Isha Fatima,
Present, ma'am.
Ken Shibin,
Present, ma'am.
Lakshmi CV,
Present, ma'am.
Lakshmi Nandakumar, Lynette,
Present, ma'am.
Muhammad Salim,
Present, ma'am.
Nadeem Jahan,
Present, ma'am.
Nandana Sharat,
Present, ma'am.
Navaneet, Nivedya Rose,
Present, ma'am.
Pooja Menon,
Present, ma'am.
Sridev,
Present, ma'am.
Surya Dev,
Present, ma'am.
Tamanna, Tamanna. Tom Jose. Vaishnavi.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. So all of you read this chapter and study well. Write down the exercises that I sent to you.
Ma'am,
Okay?
Amaljeet is present.
Yeah. Any doubt?
Ma'am,
Amaljeet, any doubt?
Amaljeet is present.
Yeah. It's not clear. Tell me once again.
Ma'am, Amaljeet is
Yeah, present. I
Present.
mark you as present.
Ma'am, Amaljeet.
Who?
Amaljeet.
Yeah, I mark you as present. Okay. Anything? Okay, fine. So, thank you all. See you in next class.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.